Coming into the Texas Bowl, the Bears wanted to make a statement, not only to answer and prove who they were to end the season on what would have been a 7-game win streak, but instead they fall to LSU 44-31.
Yeah, you still have to think back to where this team was in September. I mean, 2-4 and looked really bad before winning those 6 games in a row, as you alluded to. It would have been interesting to see how that team maybe responded to a moment like this. This team still gave themselves some opportunities, but just too many mistakes ultimately to overcome against the Tigers.
Josh Cameron and, of course, Dave Aranda both talking about how this team is going to remember this loss, and now this is what they have to take into 2025. Let's take a look back at how this game all played out.
It's all going down in H-Town, Baylor and LSU in the Texas Bowl, but it was all LSU early on. This interception returned for a touchdown off the deflection from Devon Keys. That made it 14-0 LSU in the first quarter, and then in the second, Garrett Nussmeier slinging it. 44-yard completion to Chris Hilton Jr. sets up another score to make it 28-7, but Baylor going to claw their way back here to close the half. Sawyer Robertson to Keytron Jackson down by the goal line, and that is going to set the table for Dawson Pendergrass, who extends this play and stretches it over for the score. The Bears were down 17 at the half. They cut it to 10 in the third quarter, but 2 missed fourth downs, and then a punt return for a touchdown right here by Josh Cameron. That would have made it a one-possession game with 3 minutes to go, but called off for roughing the punter. So take the touchdown away. LSU holds on to the ball. They hold on to the win, 44-31.
This in a while we've played complementary football, and this was not that. You know, I think you take away just one of the mistakes that we had, and then we're going to go, win the game at the end of the game. Whatever is on the outside, whether it's the positive or it's the negative or it's the hype or it's just whatever it is, has nothing to do with the actual outcome of a game. And I think that's probably a lesson learned for our team.
At the end of the day, this is a good start. And then we can just kind of propel that into the next season. Just remember this hurt, remember this loss, and just fix the little details.
As with every year, you're going to have a lot of valuable contributors leaving after this season, probably most notably Matt Jones on the defensive side, who's been leading that unit for years. But a lot to build on in 2025, starting with the quarterback position. Sawyer Robertson, that was a little bit of a question mark halfway through. And then guys emerging like Bryson Washington, of course, Josh Cameron, who's been there throughout.
You mentioned Josh Cameron, his voice being one of the loudest in the locker room this season. That's something Coach Aranda has talked about a lot. After that Iowa State game, it was Josh who really made a statement in the locker room to help turn this program around. So carrying that into the new year is going to be key for the Bears as they go ahead and look forward to see how they can build off of this next year.
I know. Can't wait till we're talking about football once again. It's going to be a long wait, but the countdown is on.
Just like the new year, which will be here before we know it. From NRG Stadium with Ben Peck, I'm Sydney Wicker. That'll do it for sports. Stick around. We'll be right back.